Who is Melchizedek, and why is he important? Many people have heard of him, but not many know who he was. Melchizedek appears 3 times in the Bible. He is in the book of Genesis. He is mentioned in Psalms 110, verse 4, and there is a discussion of him in the 7th chapter of the book of Hebrews.
Okay, so who was he and what did he do?
Melchizedek appears in the 14th chapter of the book of Genesis. Abram's nephew Lot had taken up residence in the city of Sodom and was taken prisoner when Sodom went to war with the king of Elam. The king of Elam had raided Sodom, taken all the food in the city and all their possessions. He also took prisoners, and Lot was among them. When Abram heard Lot was taken prisoner, he took 318 trained men from his household, and they rescued Lot and all of their possessions. Abram and his men returned with the prisoners and a great deal of plunder. The king of Sodom went out to the king's valley to meet Abram. When Abram arrived at the king's valley, he was met by Melchizedek, the king of Salem. Melchizedek brought Abram bread and wine. Melchizedek was a priest to God Most High. Melchizedek blessed Abram. After being blessed, Abram gave Melchizedek a tithe of 1/10 of everything he had won in the battle. Abram gave the men their rightful share of the plunder, and then gave what was left to the king of Sodom. Abram leaves and receives God's covenant in a vision.
Wild story, but why is it so important?
The term King of Salem actually means the King of Peace. Tradition says the actual city is Jerusalem. This is the first time a 10% tithe is mentioned in the Bible. There is no family lineage for Melchizedek given in the Bible. Melchizedek was not a priest because he was born into a family of priests, like the priesthood of the family of Levi. There's over 4,000 years of writings about Melchizedek. Much of what was written was theory, legend, and speculation. However, Melchizedek is in 2 other places in the Bible, and the Bible gives an explanation of why Melchizedek is so important. Melchizedek is mentioned in Psalms 110, verse 4, which says, "The Lord has sworn an oath and will not take it back. Forever you are a priest like Melchizedek." Obviously, Melchizedek was held in great esteem by David.
So why did they think so much of Melchizedek?
Melchizedek means king of righteousness. Hebrews says that Melchizedek was a priest because he was such a righteous man, that he was superior to any other priest, despite the fact that he did not inherit his position. Melchizedek was great enough that Abram gave him a tithe. Some say Melchizedek was Christ. Our study of what the Bible has to say in Hebrews leads us to believe that he was not Christ, but a foretelling of Christ. Hebrews says that Christ is a priest of the order of Melchizedek. Christ did not inherit his position by lineage, as Melchizedek did not. Christ became the priest by his actions and his life, as with Melchizedek. Christ is not a priest of the Old Covenant law, just as Melchizedek was not. Christ nor Melchizedek served in the temple or made sacrifices there. Christ was the sacrifice himself. Christ is the priest of the new covenant. Melchizedek is the example for us as the priesthood of believers. He led a righteous life. He cared for those he ministered to. He was a man of faith and love.